Thus far, we have discussed evacuation or locking down and barricading as viable options when faced with an active shooter or otherwise violent intruder on campus. However, if an aggressor confronts you by surprise or is able to gain entry to your room or safe space, it may be appropriate to take some type of action to defend yourself and others. Doing so may save your life or the lives of others. This strategy is referred to as countering and is a last resort option. It is a personal decision using your best professional judgment. We do not suggest being passive, such as lying down under a desk or hiding in the corner, if it is obvious that the violent intruder is capable of and intent on causing you physical harm. The act of succumbing to the wishes of the offender will place you under almost total control of the offender. If confronted by a violent intruder and you're able to do so, you may choose to evacuate through another door or even escape through a window. But if there is no way to keep the aggressor out of the room or to evacuate to a safer place, you may decide it is best to defend yourself. In a study of 41 active shooter events that ended prior to law enforcement arrival, the potential victims stopped the attacker themselves in 16 of those instances. In 13 of those cases, they physically subdued the attacker. Remember, countering is a last resort option and should be used only in situations where potential victims are trapped in a room with an active shooter or violent aggressor. There are already victims, and all other personal survival recommendations are no longer an option. How each person chooses to respond if directly confronted by an active shooter is a personal decision. Here's an important note. We do not teach countering techniques to the very young, children in elementary education, or to children with special needs who may not possess the ability to physically defend themselves. However, any staff member, regardless of assignment, is authorized to defend themselves and others with countering techniques using their best professional judgment.